Hello everyone, welcome to a Divergent trip. Thank you for joining us for our evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Ali and tonight I will be your Dungeon Master. We're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. This game will run for about 3 hours with a break in the middle. For those who are new to D&D, everyone here plays a fantasy character in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique characters with cheats that tells them who they are, what they can do, their deepest secrets, their deepest desires, and what dice to roll. They will be most rolling a 20-sided die to see if they succeed in what they're trying to do. 20 is good. 1 is hilariously bad. While the players play their characters, everything else in such universe is played by me. People, monsters, dreams, nightmares, weather, etc. Between me describing the war and the story, the players describing what they want to do, and some dice to keep things a little unpredictable, we will tell our story. Now, let me introduce my players.
Hi, I'm Nat, and I'm a security, education, and recreation reinforcement automaton. But you can call me Sarah. Kindly use she, her pronouns for both of us. Thank you. I was created by Nanny in her workshop in Baldur's Gate to be a governess and companion to her granddaughter, Madeline. She used a magically infused gem she found on her adventures as my power core, but I don't think she realized where it was from. When the gloom fell on Baldur's Gate and the shadows attacked, I held them off while my family escaped. I awoke, broken, on a scrap trading caravan heading to Arm. The silly merchants had confused me for an unusual toy and were going to sell me. The Lonely One did not approve of that, so we taught them some manners.
Hi, I'm Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Winnow, who uses they, them pronouns. Winnow is a cursed changeling monk of the Way of Mercy. The funny thing about that curse is that, Winnow is a professional adventurer, and in their previous adventuring party prior to this campaign, something befell the entire party that may or may not have included showing mercy to the entire party. Basically, Winnow killed them and is now cursed by that. No idea why, totally undeserved. But they are now partnered up with Sarah, who is registered as their familiar, and ready for the next adventure where they will totally not fuck up again.
Hi, I'm V, and I'm playing Navri Shimmer. Both of us use she, her pronouns. Navri Shimmer is a cinnamon-haired satyr bard who paints her hooves gold and believes she's going to be the most famous bard in this world and all the others. Because of this fame that is absolutely real and not at all imagined, she's hired Garnot to be her bodyguard for protection and travels with both him and Lazar, her spiritual advisor.
Hi, I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Garnot, who also uses he, him pronouns. He is a hobgoblin psionic warrior fighter who is traveling with Navri and Lazar as part of Navri's entourage and also a bodyguard. He also wears this very large, this breastplate that is probably 2 sizes too big for him, but everybody uses it as storage, and inside he has a little grey rat friend called Roger, who is his companion and helps with various things like feeding him potions and doing the ironing, apparently.
Hi, I'm Nathan Lurs. I use he, him pronouns. I play Lazar Lachance, a Harengan light domain cleric who also uses he, him pronouns. His day job is official astral guru to the one and only Navri Shimmer, ensuring that her chakras are properly aligned and her actions are in accord with the will of the heavenly bodies. But his service to the Prince of Stars has unveiled many a hidden truth about the universe and the things that reside in the dark space between the stars.
Thank you, Ware. Those are my players. I'm so excited to play. But first, there is a word from our sponsors.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with a wide range of sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are different gender of their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but we acknowledge that it does happen. And we have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, please let us know in chat if you think one has been missed. Check out !safety in chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use in our games. We use the TTRPG safety toolkit. And with that, let us begin.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us again in the third episode of Divergent Dream. In the last episode, our unique group of adventurers headed to the hideout where Mr. Cassell was supposed to be taken. There were two approaches. Wino jumped into the water and swam to the other side without any inconvenience. The rest of the party took a boat and sailed to the other side. One would have expected that among 5 people rowing to the other side, it would have been easy. Yet, the only one rowing was Garnet. Yes, lovely Garnet. Nevertheless, they made it to the other side, but not before an interesting incident. As Zero dive into the water, for some reason, they are pushed by something inside the water. Something that triggers maybe a safety measure or maybe a survival program, who knows? To the surprise of everyone, Syrah is taken out of the water by a spectral tentacle emanating from the core. Nothing to worry about, right? When they finally made it to the other side, the group get ready to investigate the area and look for the hideout. But it's only Garnet who notices some figures in the water. But not for the truth. As they find the entrance to the hideout, they head downwards inside something that looks like a man-made cave. At the bottom, they found themselves in a circular cave with an underground water pool. Not long passes before they notice 3 masked figures in the middle of the cave. And a shorter time passes before Syrah asks for some indications. Right? Because that's what you do. Triggering a short but interesting encounter. As the group defeat those figures and a swarm of piranhas are boiled alive, they investigate the corpses. In a very chirurgical way, Wino and Lazar remove the mask from one of the corpses. Behind the mask, they find a dead worm that it seems to be it was feeding from its host. It is Lazar, who has some knowledge from terrible creatures that may or may not be related to it. Who knows? As Lazar shared this information, Sarah and Garnet react to the mention of mind flayers. With a peculiar screech, I will ask Nat, if possible, to recreate such screech.
Oh no, performance anxiety now.
Just like that. Following that interaction, Syrah further investigates the mask and puts it on. Why? Because that's what you do when you find a magic item, right? Once the mask is in place, Syrah is possessed by the essence of the creature living inside their core. The Lonely One, as they are called, introduce themselves and answer some questions about the mask, Mr. Cassell, and what is actually happening in all of this mess. As that dialogue finishes, Syrah levitates or de-levitates to the ground, and there is a short dialogue among them, among you, and that is where we're going to restart. So, Syrah, you've been put back into the crown. You've been sort of briefly interrogated by your friends or your companions. What you all would like to do?
Well,
just have a little recap on. So we had the discussion of like, there's more at play, and the lonely one wanted us to basically carry on with the mission because that would help them in the long run.
So the lonely one told you that the masks are that there is a bigger plan happening about otherworldly creatures, let's say, and that plan has been interrupted by something. That something is being using those masks to carry on with their plan, but this plan is interrupting the lonely one's plan. That's why the lonely one wants you to stop the plot behind the masks.
So were we left with the impression that we should just keep going in this cave? Was there another exit out of this cave, and we were left with the impression that we should just keep going in this cave to try and fight? Because there were three other possessed people somewhere, three other masks.
And we also discovered that the pool that we are in now is connected. There's probably another pool that it's connected to, and it's man-made. So we can surmise perhaps that the other three are deeper, potentially at another pool, like the one that we're at.
So at this point, you drag the body out of the water just to investigate. Other two bodies are still inside the pool, and opposite to where you are is like the deeper part of the cave that you haven't investigated or actually got close.
Oh yeah, and Garnet was trying to make a little paddle raft out of the bodies, even though we could walk around the outside.
Yes, with the body. Yes.
Definitely don't need to.
That's a good idea, actually.
None of these.
We could walk around the outside.
I mean, you can go straight through if you take the paddleboard, cut straight across the water.
I didn't think the cave was that big.
You never,
Also,
but also
swim. Sorry.
You never know when you're gonna need an escape raft made out of corpses.
This is true.
And I think that is the mark of a good, experienced adventurer, is just being prepared for all eventualities.
Yes.
None of these bodies are turtle by any chance, are they?
Say again.
None of these bodies happen to be a turtle by any chance.
No, all of them seem humanoids. But now that so you haven't investigated the other two, but they look humanoid. This one looks like standard human, but it's difficult to know because it's missing parts of the face.
You said previously that they had really long tentacly arms.
Yes.
Is that still a thing?
Elongated. Yes. So it seems like it was more a mutation. So once the mask was on, probably they start changing to that sort of body. So rather than arms, they have like limbs or appendages. So.
Oh God.
Very tentacle.
So my thought is, and I've completely lost what that thought is. Oh no, I remember what that thought is now. How many people were in the previous party? Did we get a number? Because there's 3 bodies here, and there's 3 more masks to find. If it was a party of 6, this might be that previous party.
Were we ever told?
I don't know. I was hoping somebody else would remember, because I certainly don't. That tea was definitely a trip.
So the assumption of the other party came from the circus information that they told you that the seers show you that it was Mr. Cassell was taken by another group of people, but the lonely one didn't mention anything about that party. They just mentioned that there was 6 masks.
Should we take the rest of these masks, for safekeeping?
Well, they're quite useful. I can see who is possessed and who is not when I wear it, so I don't know whether it would work for the rest of you. Maybe you could try. Can you take your face off?
I'm going to pass on that because I don't want to end up like this guy here. And I'm going to point down to the one whose face mask we've already taken off. I don't want to end up like that, so I'm not going anywhere near it. You guys can do you.
But the worm is dead.
Yes, the worm is dead.
I could put it in the armor of holding if you want, yeah?
Armor of holding? Ah.
Yeah.
I'm really upset that I only clocked like at the super very end of last session that's what you've been doing. Like that it's not just armor that you're like, I'm just shoving everything in there, that it is actually armor of holding. And I love it.
Is it actually
wonderful.
armor of holding, or did we just keep making jokes about how much shit you kept putting in there? And then you're like, yep, it's canon now. Don't worry about it.
I think it's that. I think it's the latter.
Let's leave it as a mystery, shall we?
Oh, I thought it was genuinely you'd reflavored a bag of holding. Oh.
I don't even know that answer.
Okay.
We'll let the audience use their imagination.
Yes.
Or we can just look at your character sheet. Anyway.
Or quickly put bag of holding in there.
Private. Yeah, cool. So, yes. How are you proceeding, my friends?
Winnow is just going to go and remove the masks from the other two and just kind of and give them over to Garnet to put in the armor of holding.
So you remove the other two masks. So now you have a wolf one, a lion one, and something that looks like a bird, but eagle, crow, who knows?
Right, now, Roger, make sure you stay away from these, all right? I don't want you getting all tentacly and long and all that, all right? I'm going to put them over here, yeah? Stay over
I would be
there.
really bummed if we had to murder Roger.
Yeah.
Like, just to put it on the record. Lazar would, but he'd be bummed to do it.
Little pet.
While Garnot is getting all of this together, can I go like take a peek and see what's a little farther on in the cave, see if there's like anything just like lurking around the corner or just like waiting for us?
Yeah, and I think Lazar would also be kind of. Lazar is still very kind of like contemplative over all of this, and kind of as soon as he sees anyone starting to like split off and go down tunnels and whatnots, he's like keeping an eye on everybody and like making sure that everyone's like accounted for, and would like start kind of inching over in that direction with Navri as well as she's kind of going that way.
One moment before you go. Sarah will just sort of stare at Navri and twitch slightly, and then you'll just hear in your head, we are now connected. You can now talk to me telepathically, even if you cannot see me. But do not go too far.
So cool. I'll say that out loud. So Lazar would probably give me a strange look, but just, and then I'll realize that like it's in my head and not out loud, and so I'll think back, wow, this is so cool.
I know.
Awesome.
So in the water pool at the moment, there is no any sort of threat, but do you want just to cross right through the water pool, or you want to go just safe way around the cave?
I mean, I don't really feel like taking the body raft. I don't think it's done quite yet because we're still getting the masks off the bodies. But how wide is the pool?
Yeah, so it gets you to your knees in terms of depth, but then this is about 30 feet. And then you have a ring of 10 feet all around the cave, which is not flooded.
Yeah, I'm probably fine just walking. When we get towards like the bend of it, the curve of it, I'll probably just hop because I've got those cute little satyr legs that just make it really easy to just hop. And then Lazar also has cute little legs that are decent for hopping. So would just hop.
As you do that, you get closer to the opposite side of where you were on the entrance. Something hits you in the nose, a really strong smell. It's a combination like cinnamon and musk and cardamom. You're not sure if this is cooking recipe of a really strong lotion, but that comes from the end of the cave.
Like less of a dirty chai and more of like a sweaty chai.
Yes. And you see a little opening on the rock bed, and you look like something that looks like a door, but you need to get close to investigate.
Oh, I'll definitely get close because I love that smell, cinnamon and cardamom. Like that's a lovely smell. The musk, but the cinnamon and the cardamom, that smells great. I mean, if somebody's having tea or they're making cookies or something, I would love to get in on that right now.
Is anyone following?
Lazar is like, how far down the tunnel is this?
Probably Navri is 10 feet away from this door.
Okay.
I think.
Well, and are we like still within sight of everyone? Like how far? Okay, cool. Because like Lazar would be like ears pointing different directions and like head flitting back and forth. And he just kind of like whispers to Navi, so one moment, just hold on. Let's not rush anywhere. There's tentacles.
Hey, oh come on! I don't think can tentacles bake cookies? I feel like
I do not know, but I do not want to find out without everyone else.
I'm not a child. No.
I just had an idea of a YouTube channel where the presentant has tentacles by hand and cooks.
Then it just turns in. You could really do like a fun like mixing bowl kind of thing with them. You know, just like high speed.
Ali, we need to introduce you to the Octodad games.
Yes, Octodad is great.
Sorry, coming back. Do you want to investigate if tentacles can make something?
I mean, is Lazar going to stop me?
Lazar is far enough away that he would not like he is trying to be in the middle of everything, and he's like doing he is the leash between the two groups, you on one side and everyone else on the other, and it's just trying to like keep everyone sort of together. So he is definitely far enough away that if you're just like fuck it, you could just easily walk in.
Okay, well, I would like to go up to the door, but because Lazar is so concerned, I will do this very, very quietly, just in case there's somebody to like get the drop on.
Yes. As you approach to the door, you see that this door has or had a lot of locking mechanisms, but now they look like either broken or that someone has passed by them. So someone has already done the job for you. And it's not totally closed, it's just slightly closed. Slightly open.
I'm just gonna slowly open it and just like peek my head in.
So you look at what seems to be a well illuminated room, not like this. And then again, it looks like more of a man-made job rather than a natural creation. Obviously, there is no tiles, or as far as I know, there is no tiles in nature, but you see those lovely tiles and probably a couple of you can see just a corner of a table and a chair, but yeah, it's well illuminated. At this point, as you open the door, the light also comes into the cave and obviously calls the attention of everyone.
So everybody can see this light pouring out. Do I hear anything as I'm opening this door really slowly?
Very quiet. Yeah, very quiet.
Can I keep opening the door? Because I'm down for the tiles, like the chair or the table. Like, oh my God, this is like, I love everything that I'm seeing right now.
You open the door and you get into this amazing, luxurious room, and it's full of shelves and working stations and drawers. There is a small bed. Like it's more of a group of cushions than a bed, but you can understand that someone was using that for sleeping. There is nice chandeliers on the room. It looks like a very luxurious hotel room but in the middle of this cave. You also see, it's a fish bowl, but it's empty. So it has water, but it has no fish at all. Or maybe just a little bit up there, just in the bottom, just little piranhas. But from where you can see, of course, there's many other details, but something that caught your attention is that it seems like somebody either robbed this place or there was a fight here recently. And you can see like some bottles with some liquid, which it's probably all those smells that are getting into your nose.
Oh. Well, the first thing I do is I hop onto the pile of pillows and I just grab one and I cuddle it and I just like lay down on all the soft, wonderful things. And I'm just, oh, this feels so good. It's not damp. It's not wet. It's not cold. It's not a hard ground. It just, it feels so nice. And then I'll call Lazar in because, oh my God, this place is amazing. But when I notice the signs of like a fight or a struggle, what kind of things do I notice? Is it just like stuff that's overturned, or is it like, is there like blood? What kind of stuff am I seeing?
So as you jump into the cushions, the mimic eats you. No.
I was ready. That would have been sick as hell.
Amazing. Honestly, wouldn't even be mad. Wouldn't even be mad.
Could you please make me a investigation check or a plain intelligence check if you want? But yeah, investigation.
Yeah. Let's do investigation. 10. I'm very distracted by the pillows and the chandeliers. So if it doesn't work, that's why.
So you don't actually know. It's not like we're going to have a flashback of what happened, but you know that there is not much blood, but you can see some spillages on one of the workstations. There is, of course, a lot of papers, and some of them have a little bit of blood. It's not too many, but you can see here that at least there was at least 2 people, and 1 was injured. But for the amount of things that are not in place or shattered in the floors, etc., either the fight was really long or they were looking for something after the fight.
Interesting. No, go ahead.
When you've opened the door and you're like, this is amazing, from the other room, you just hear for fuck's sake, first rule of adventuring, don't split the party. Where is she?
It's okay.
Yeah, Lazar is like, everyone get over here. Calling everyone up.
It's okay. I've connected to her telepathically while you finish your work.
Oh, well that's okay, but okay. But if she went in and then there were like big beasties that went to go and get her, we might not have been able to get there in time. This is why you have so many people on these missions.
I suppose you are right. Are you nearly finished? Would you like some assistance so we can hurry up and make sure that she's not being eaten alive right now?
No, that was the last one.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Let's go. Make sure she hasn't been eaten by a mimic.
Wino, do you want... So you remove the mask, but do you want to do anything else with the bodies? I don't know.
I mean, we've already inspected them. Do they look any different from the other one?
No, they just look. So one probably had horns, so probably was a tiefling, and the other one probably you see a pointy ear, but it's hard to say which kind of race was. But pretty standard bodies, yes, just pretty standard. There's not anything special about this.
Do you think we should burn them?
Interesting. I had not considered that.
I think, sorry, just from what I remember, taking them out of the water, they start to...
Oh, cool. I'll just try and drag them out the water and just kind of get rid of them.
As you drag them out of the water, they start decomposing really, really fast. And then at the end, there is some rags and some, the bones are still there. There was no decomposition on the bones at this point. But something interesting happens there. You can see or you hear something like rolling on the floor, and you see one little stone, and the three bodies have the same stone. So the stone has a small green butterfly engraved or painted in this.
Cool. I go look at it and pick it up and...
Make me a history check.
History.
Can I also make a history check? If I'm looking at them as well?
Yeah.
Ha! I rolled a 3 for a 2.
Not much better. I rolled a 7 for a 9.
Sarah, you were not long at the guild where you were registered as a familiar of Winnow, but you probably noticed that some parties use stones, like sending stones to communicate, and some of them engrave them with the sign of the guild. So they sort of it's like the dog stack for the army kind of thing. But we know nothing rings a bell about any guild using this kind of emblem.
Winnow is dumb as a bag of rocks.
Oh, Winnow. Well, now you have a bag of rocks.
Yeah, and that's got to count for something.
Interesting. Was the please remember, was the emblem of the guild this butterfly, green butterfly? You said
green butterfly, yes.
Was that the emblem of the guild?
Not the guild where you were, but you start making some connections to say maybe this is the emblem of the guild which these people belongs to.
I see.
Meanwhile, Winnow is just like, what could this possibly mean? I've never seen anything like this before.
Can I pick up another one and try and use it like a sending stone?
Yes. That would be how they work, but then they need to be attuned like at the central office. So this only will work for these people.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So I can't just immediately use them like a radio. Places. Okay. Interesting. I think these belonged to the other adventuring party. This would suggest that these bodies were the other party that we were concerned about.
And they did seem to have different racial features. Like that one had pointy ears, which might suggest that it was... I'm not playing my intelligence right now. I'm making my own deductions. But so it's a bit better, but please forgive me. Sorry, I'm all out.
It could be an elf or a half elf or a ladrin maybe, but on that side of the spectrum.
I think you are correct. It might be useful to take these stones as... Well, I don't think they are any use to us right now, but they would at least be useful for maybe helping to identify the bodies later.
That's true. You are earning your place as my familiar.
Thank you. I live to serve.
Yes, you do. Okay, now let's go save the bard.
Yeah,
So,
like that this has been, you went from like 100 miles an hour of like, don't split the party, what are you doing? To like this nice little side conversation chat. It's like, oh, I guess we should go help, right? Huh?
Well, they've got a psychic connection, so it's
all fine.
All because I don't understand exactly how it works. There every now and then you'll get little pings of like, oh my god, this smells like cinnamon. Oh, this is the cardamom smell. Oh my god, this pillow is so soft. It's just randomly as you're having this conversation with Winnow.
I think Navri is either absolutely fine and in some form of heaven, or she is experiencing some kind of awful hallucination that is killing her by word has gone from my head. Exposing her to nice things.
Well, one of those sounds more likely than the other one, so we should go in for safety.
I could have sworn there was something I was supposed to be doing.
Would you like to come with us and protect Navri, Garnet?
Oh, that's what I'm meant to be doing. Oh. I run.
How often do you think that happens, Josh, to Garnet?
More often than he'd like to admit.
Yeah, more than 0, which is...
Yeah,
I think bad for a bodyguard. Yeah, but...
Fine. So everybody makes it to the room, and as I've described, there is a lot in this room. It's probably like 30 by 30, but it's just full of things. So every single shelf is full of items and potions and a lot of shit that might be just useless, but maybe some of these might be some sort of handful for you later. Who knows? But this is a dead end. Something that you realize very soon is that there is not another door that keeps you order. Is all you see.
It's definitely no, do a bit of an investigation on any of the shelves. There's not any sneaky hidden levers or anything like that.
Make me let's go for perception check.
Oh, not investigation, not even if we're getting up all in there.
Can I help?
Well, okay, I will allow investigation or perception for whoever else wants also to sneak and try to get anything else from this room.
Yeah, Lazar is just poking around. It's just actively poking at things. He actually has a magnifying glass out and is looking around at the disheveled bits and baubles.
Nice.
I should say, actually, to be clear, Sarah is obviously very short, so is not getting up all in the shelves grill, but has her invisible mage hand telekinesis that is just shifting stuff slightly and prodding and pulling. I don't think she's said that she's doing that to anyone, so I guess that is happening.
Winnow is just going about methodically, they've done this before. They know how to search a room. They are professional.
Okay, so let's go clockwise and start on my screen. Winnow, perception of investigation check.
It was 24 on perception.
24 on perception, great. So as you are scanning this room, this is chaos, but there is a method in this chaos. So whoever was curating this room knew what they were doing, in the sense of probably you see an item and then there is a keyword that connects it to the next one and then connects it to the next one, but it's not alphabetic order or size or nothing. It's just really random shit how these things are connected. And you immediately get to a book and it says Magic Inks. And it's not too big, but as you open it and you go through it, this is a list of suppliers that produce magic ink, maybe for wizards and the magic books. They also supply magic ink for tattoos. And something comes to your attention. You have a tattoo, right?
Mm-hmm.
The name of the lady, I'm going to say a lady, the name of the lady who did that tattoo to you is double crossed. And then it has another name underneath. And the name, of course I have it. The name is Gornoros. And then Gornoros interrogation mark. Every supplier has its address or some way to get in contact with them. But this one, so the lady that makes you give you the tattoo is crossed, even the address, and then with this other name, it just has a big question mark. There is a connection between this name and your tattoo and the person that put you in contact or give you the tattoo.
Huh, interesting.
So you immediately know that probably this is a room of Mr. Cassell, and he's been collecting items, but also knowledge and information.
What was Mr. Cassell's name anywhere on the book?
Not in this book, but you can see in other books. Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, looks like we're on the right track, at least. And I'm just gonna take the page and just kind of put it in a bag for later.
Next one is Josh. What is Gardner's investigation or perception?
I was doing perception to sort of have a look around the room. I rolled an 8.
An 8. Well, the thing is, does Garnet knows how to read?
I would say he knows how to read. He only really knows Common and Elvish.
Common and Elvish. How about your survival? Do you have a high survival?
I do not. My perception is higher than my survival.
So there is a little bit of a pickle here for Garnet to find some information. However, something that calls immediately your attention is a map. So a drawing is always more useful, like a picture talks more than 1,000 words. And this map is from the region, but you have traveled a lot with Navre, and you know that this map is wrong because it sets Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate really close when they are not that close. So in this map, they put Candlekeep almost next to Baldur's Gate, but that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't know about all those fancy books that are over there, but I'm normally a picture kind of person. This map that's here, I'll point down to it, it doesn't quite look right. It looks a bit. I don't remember Candlekeep being that close to Baldur's Gate. Roger can't find the map that we have, but yeah, they're not normally that close together. But Candlekeep have moved. Baldur's Gate's a bit big, but Candlekeep have moved.
When you say did they move, you sort of start packing, or I imagine that you will pack this map, and as you fold it, you notice that Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate, they sort of overlap, and there is a mark in common with Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate.
I'm going to play with it a little bit and sort of unfold it, fold it again, unfold it, fold it again. Hey, Sarah, what do you make of this? I'm going to slide it over to Sarah and go, look at this.
Interesting. Some kind of code or glyph? What is the symbol?
The symbol is just an X, and it sort of marks the location of a specific room in Candlekeep, and a location. It's not the same room, but what would be like the similarity or the same location in Baldur's Gate. Of course, this map is not precise, so it's just the drawing of the city and the drawing of Candlekeep, rather than an actual map of Candlekeep. But yeah, you roughly interpret that there is a connection or a connected room in both of those.
Could it be some sort of like connection point? Do you think maybe there's a point that connects between the two places?
Like some sort of teleportation circle or something like that?
One of those things, yeah.
It could be. I don't know. Do I get, if I look at them, I mean, I rolled a 15 to investigate the room earlier, but if I were to look more closely at the map, would I glean any other information from it?
So let's keep your 15 for your investigation and roll a history check for the map.
Okay. That was a natural 20 for a 22.
Nice.
I know this map. I don't know.
I mean, you've been everywhere in Baldur's Gate, right?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
My family were rich, so we probably wouldn't have gone to the poor bits, but we'd have gone everywhere else.
So this is a place of the Sea Tower of Baldur, which is in the inner circle of the city.
The Sea Tower?
Yes. And have you been in Candlekeep?
I don't think so specifically, unless Nanny would have taken me somewhere like along if she decided she wanted to go do some research there. but I was probably more likely to have left with Madeline while Nanny went off and did adventure
So I would say no for this time, but at least we know the location in Baldur's Gate that this map is marked. Next one on my screen is Lazar. Investigation or perception?
Yeah, my perception is better, but I think what I'm doing is investigating. And specifically, I am trying to figure out whether this place has been turned out for like someone robbing the place, or there was a battle here, basically. Like I think Lazar is in like essentially kind of investigator, almost inquisitor mode, trying to solve what happened here and who lived here and like any of that kind of stuff, which feels a little more investigation-y. So that's 21 total.
We're gonna have a CSI moment here, where you can quickly count the number of people that there were here. There were 4 people here. One with really small steps, which we could interpret that was Mr. Cassell, or the 3 random humanoids, medium size. So we can interpret that it was other 2, so just 2. Other 2 members of probably the other party. And it seems like more than a fight, it was a rant, or it was a impulsive sort of if somebody got frustrated and started like pushing away everything and cut themselves with one of the broken glasses or bottles, rather than an actual fight. When you try to see some footprints or some vestige of movement, those figures actually never get that close. And anything else you would like to?
I think also if he has time, he would also be checking out. And I know that some people are already looking at some of the books, but he would also be kind of looking at any documents or any stuff like that. Specifically, he's looking for like titles that might jump out of him. Not necessarily like a spell booky kind of thing, but of like, what were the people who were living in a place like this here? Like what were they reading exactly? Because it seems like a bad place, and maybe they were reading just nice, like, you know, romance novels to kind of kick back at the end of the day, but also maybe they were like Eldritch 101, how to summon, you know, more tentacles into your life, like that sort of thing. Anywhere on the spectrum there.
Yes. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. Napri, tell me.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd get another roll because I'd already done one, but with a 22, I am actually looking for because you said that there were some blood spatter somewhere. I'm looking to see if there's a trail of blood like leading out of the room that we could potentially follow, or just like any evidence of where the people that were here may have gone.
Yes. So you see this trail, and actually there is 2 sort of directions. The first direction, of course, is going to take you to a dead end in a wall on the right, let's say, and the other trail takes you to something underneath one of the workstations.
Can I go over and poke around the workstation and see if there's like a little hidden something?
You find music box. It's a little bit big. So you immediately notice that that's a music box, one of those that you have to give him some sort of, I don't know how you call this, but everybody knows what I mean, right?
Crank it, wind it up.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you have to wind it up. And it seems like I think you can open it, but there's no music that comes out. You need to find it. It's not broken. You just have to, let's say, play it in the right way.
Like
interesting.
A bottle. You got to rub it the right way.
Rub it the right way, yeah.
Inspiration.
Okay. I think I'm going to sit with this music box then and see if I can figure out how to play the music.
I'm going to come back to you then. Sarah, so you got a 15, right?
Mm-hmm. I was looking for like secret exits. So like pulling things.
So
pulling
you notice how Navri is moving through the room. And you also see how she looks underneath. And then you notice the other tray that takes you to that, confirming that may be another secret exit or corridor. And with that, and you are looking around, and it's difficult for you because you cannot see the obvious thing that is on top of one of the workstations. But in one of the workstations, you see clearly what seems like the medieval version of a touch screen that may help to monitor outside and inside and move some stuff here and there. So this probably, with the right combination of buttons and clicks, may help you to find the next secret exit.
Okay.
Careful, we need that to defeat Gaddon. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'll be quiet now.
Okay, so it's a button touch pad type thing. How many buttons are there?
There are 6.
6 buttons. And do they have any symbols or numbers or anything on them?
They don't. They're just like rectangular buttons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's I guess there's no symbols or anything. There's just 6.
I don't think I've got any spells that can help with this. I don't think I've got anything that other than just investigate the pad further. I don't think I've got anything fancy I can do with it. So I think I'm just going to point it out to everyone else. I wonder if this might open the way forward if we were to put in the correct combination.
We wandered into an escape room.
I mean,
voice comes on over loudspeakers.
We could just go back into the room with the pool.
Yeah, that's a good way to escape.
Can I just press random buttons on the pad? Thinking that it's totally going to work.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is why you don't give stupid characters buttons to push. That is a 35.
As you touch random buttons, so the first thing is that you touch one and it illuminates. And when you touch the second one doesn't illuminate, but the first one stays illuminated. However, a click, clack, clack, clack motion sounds start resonating in all the room, and the door closes, and you just hear a and please roll me for initiative.
Are you serious? Wait, hold on. Is this like the mimic joke again? Because this could be a joke. No?
Damn it. I'm gonna be the DM from now.
After Navri got chastised for splitting the party, you guys just start hitting buttons.
Mashing buttons. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yep.
I just played with pillows.
The pillows also could have been a button.
There are 2 things to being an experienced adventurer. The first one is to not split parties, and the second one is to not touch stuff you don't understand.
But we're learning together. This is how we gel. Is that we're each making mistakes, and we're telling everyone, "Hey, I think I made a mistake. We will solve this mistake together, and we will all learn from this experience."
Sure.
And the third one is probably not to try and tie 3 dead bodies together to use as a raft on a very small pond.
I'm not going to call that one a mistake yet. I'm not willing to concede that personally.
That's fine.
Missing Winnow, what was your initiative?
It was it's +5, so it's 16.
Actually, I can see them, but I realize that people listening or watching, we know, again, 16?
16, yeah.
I thought you said
Gareth?
60. It's just a casual 60 initiative. I actually get 4 turns before combat starts.
I rolled an 18.
The others?
17.
I got an 8.
13.
Great. Not too bad. Not too bad.
I have to get up from all these pillows.
Top of the round, Garnet. You sort of are still playing with this, and then you hear this clack, and the whole room sort of vibrates. What would you like to do? You know nothing, actually, about the room where you are. The only thing that you know is that the door is closed, and that there is a panel, sort of control panel, with one button light up.
Yeah, so this place on the map, is it that you said in Baldur's Gate, is it a library by any chance?
Yes.
The sea tower. Yes, I believe it is.
Interesting. I wonder if any of those books have got any diagrams in them. It's got something to do with the vision. Can you hear clicking coming around? And that's my turn.
Yes, I think it was the same clicking that we heard in the background but ignored last time we were fighting the people in masks.
I don't remember that, but yeah. That's my turn.
Good. Next
Just
one
before
is
the piranhas.
Lazar. Nothing has happened yet.
Good. As far as Lazar knows, nothing is happening, just clicks. Can I just do, I'm not sure, I will let you, the DM, tell me what to roll. Lazar hears this. Could he figure out either where it's coming from or can he figure out what's happening? Can I just roll a dice and just you tell me what the hell's going on? Is that possible?
Yes.
Intelligence, got it. It's not going to go great. 16, that's pretty good for Lazar.
You were looking at some of the shelves with books or to look what the people living here was reading about. And actually, you notice that one of the books is like sort of stuck. And you hear this clack. And you look at Sarah and it's like, fucked. We're in a trap. And yes, this is a trap. The whole room is locked. And something may or not come to attack you or kill you, who knows.
But
well, we are locked in. Does that count? Is that an action? Was that a thing?
Yeah, that's a free action. Just to
great.
Talk to people, yes.
Well, just in case, why not? It's been a day, and we just had a couple of difficult fights. I think Lazar is going to very quickly, and you can't tell whether he is cursing quietly or if he is offering a prayer. Maybe both. You're not sure, but he says some words filled with power and how many people? Wait, I forget.
5 of us plus 1 rat.
How many? Oh,
don't forget about the rat.
He blesses himself, Garnet, and Winnow, I think. Cast blessing on the 3 of them as a first level spell, and that will be the end of my turn, I think.
Thank you.
What will that do?
As you move that
I'll DM you.
book. It's a little bit stuck, but you have the chance to move it away. And behind there, you see something that resembles like a crystal. And that crystal just falls in front of you. And as it touches the floor, it triggers a explosive bolt. 20-foot radius sphere. I guess everyone is going to be there. Everybody, could you please make me a dexterity saving throw 15?
With an extra D4 for those who were blessed.
I'd really rather not.
17. I got those cute little satyr legs. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Non-nat 20. Nice. Just kind of too short. It goes over my head.
Oh, sorry.
22.
29.
29. Wow.
If it's a projectile, I might be able to catch it. I don't know.
Guys, I rolled a d20 and 2 d4s, and I got an 8 total.
I got a 9 total. I'm going to use my fortune from the many to increase that to a 12.
Well, I said 15. Do you still want to do that?
No, I don't.
Yes. So those who roll below 15 are gonna take a number. 5 points of damage. No, sorry, 10 points of damage. And whoever 15 or higher, 5 points of thunder damage as these crystal explodes in front of Lazar. Probably it was because of that. You didn't have much time to react. And yes. Next one initiative is Winnow.
I was going to say, could I use my reaction before then to lower the damage and see if I can throw it back at the wall?
This is an aerial effect.
Oh, it's an AoE.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I was imagining like a pew, pew, pew kind of
But that is very good. That is very cool.
It's your turn, Winnow.
Okay, so it's just crystals have fallen, the walls, there's a clicking, but there's nothing. There's no big beastie around.
Nothing visible, yes. You're still in front of the control panel.
I'm going to look around and just go, oh no, and I'm going to try and press more buttons.
Could you please roll me D100?
I can undo this! I can undo this!
I believe in you.
That is a 67.
Good. So as you now you have 3 buttons that are light up, but because there was also some wrong, buttons pressed in the wrong sequence, something else is going to happen. So let's see. On top of the door, something that looks like a cannon appears. So something opens, like a latch opens from the rock, and a cannon appears, and it's gonna use it's a 5-foot cone, but I think it's gonna attack Sierra and Winnow, who are, I imagine they are close because you were sort of close to the control panel. Yes. Could you please make me a Constitution saving throw 10?
Oh.
Don't forget you didn't get a D4, Winnow.
Thank you.
I just rolled a 10.
21.
Nice. So this thing,
thanks to that D4.
Yes.
Every little help. Sort of shoots. It seems like ink, or some sort of liquid that tries to blind you, but you just move your head, and the little liquid that falls into your eyes takes no effect. So you are fine. Winnow, anything else you would like to do in your turn? So I would say pressing buttons was one action.
Okay. There's not much else I can do. Is drinking a potion a bonus action or a full action? I can't remember.
Bonus action.
I would like to drink my potion of minor healing.
Nice.
And just kind of look around like, I can still fix this. I can fix this.
Thank you. Next one is the trap, or whatever mechanism is here. And it's going to attack someone randomly using my screen as a reference, going clockwise. That is an 4. Navri.
Door.
You can hear. You were sort of crouched, looking behind this workstation for the music box. And as you start standing up, you hear some sort of engines moving, and from the floor another hatch opens, and there is a harpoon that is going to attack you.
People live here. What's going on? we touched a book wrong, and this is going very badly. People what?
In
You just casually live here?
In fairness, we didn't touch a book wrong. Somebody, we're not naming
That's
any
fair.
names, but somebody started pressing buttons.
Yeah, they did that thing where when you're in an elevator and you just hit, just run your hands down every single button. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
That is, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say it wasn't because I started fiddling with the map then.
No.
Okay, just wanted to check.
We don't technically know that.
Well,
yes.
It's true. I guess we don't.
Let me adjust my notes.
It could have been anything.
Map triggers a trap. Yes.
Could have been
There's
the pillows.
no way to know. We're a low intelligence party. It's no way to know.
So that is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit. Yeah.
And you take 9 points of piercing damage.
What?
You are also considered grappled.
Rude.
Very rude. How dare.
And that is the turn of my trap. Sarah, your size allows you to see the harpoon, which is still there. And also you can still see the control panel.
Mm-hmm. The control panel, do I get the sense that it is, I know it's lighting up, but stay with me here. Do we think it's mechanical, as in you push it and it clunks and lights up? Or do we think it is magical? Or do we think it's electrical?
I think it's mechanical.
Okay.
But it has some magic just for the lights. But
yeah.
The whole mechanism
aesthetic magic.
Yeah.
Not practical.
It's just the buttons themselves are programmed to cast prestidigitation, or they're just cast light and that's
magic for vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
Prestidigitation. They clean you as you touch them.
Clean. You can put little lights and colors on stuff with prestidigitation.
Oh, you could just have a nail salon where you put your fingers on the prestidigitation buttons and it just cleans them.
I love it.
Okay. I have two ideas about what to try, and I don't think any of them are useful. So we'll go with the wacky one because Winnow is still pushing buttons. So I'm going to leave Winnow pushing the buttons. I'm not particularly strong, so I'm going to go over to the is it like a bookcase or a wall panel where the blood smear was going to, that I thought might have been a secret door?
It's just a wall, so probably it's in one of the corners, on the corner where the cushions are, one of those walls. It seems like you can see that the blood drops going there, and maybe you can only see half of the drop because the other drop is behind the wall.
Okay. I'm going to cast grease at the wall panel to make it easier for it to slide open. And then
okay. Take me through this journey.
The logic of it.
I mean, I'm here for the rule of cool, but I need to know.
No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast grease on the wall panel, and then I'm going to use a sorcery point. I might have to use two sorcery points to quicken. Wait. Hold the phone.
I don't know what's going on.
I might need to do this in a certain order. A sorcerer. Not used to play the sorcerer. Hang on. Casting time of one action. A spell. It doesn't have to be a particular level. Great. Okay. I'm going to use a sorcery point to quicken Firebolt and shoot it at the wall panel that I've just covered in grease.
Okay.
To try and explode it open.
Oh, God.
Okay. So
things are escalating.
No?
Magic doesn't work like that. I mean, or grease, but it's really cool. So are you trying to burn the wall, as in this is a fake wall, or are you trying to fuck up the mechanism behind the wall?
Well, I was trying to originally. My thought was like, let's grease it and then we can push it open. But no one here is strong. So then I was like, okay, well, if I cover it in grease, then that makes it more volatile. Maybe if I just firebolt the door panel to make it explode. But maybe my brain is just taking me down a dark path we should not follow today. Maybe I should do something else.
Everybody start not choking on smoke, but it's getting warm here. You know, now it's actually sweaty chai. So it's like, oh my God, like all the smells, the sweat and this recipe, whatever it was, is getting interesting in there. However, I guess some of the little pieces in the mechanism of this thing are so small that when you hit them, because the metal expands, they fall over place. So this wall is a little bit wonky now, but as you said, you are not that strong. But let's see what happens in the next couple of turns, right? I love that.
Do you want me to roll the damage for my firebolt?
If you want.
I mean, I don't have to have cast grease at all, I'll be honest. I could just try firebolting the door.
I feel like Troy Barnes from Community walking in with a stack of pizzas and then turning around. And then Sarah started a fire on top of all of it. I think...
Like Winnow's just sitting in the corner mashing buttons. Yeah. Sarah's trying to blow the room up.
And I, Nathan, am extremely supportive. This is A, it makes sense, and B, like, yeah, blow more things up in your D&D games. Fuck yeah. But also it's just like, what is happening? Well, I think we figured out rule 3 of adventuring.
Yeah, I mean, it did a whole 3 damage, so...
Yes, so...
Did you roll 2?
So
2d10.
It's your magic. And you have lit this grace. Now, roll me a D100, because there is many other stuff here, right? Like important books and magic potions, you know?
No. That's a 14.
Something catches fire. Tell me, as a group, what would you rather to catch fire? The lovely cushions or one part of the library?
Cushions.
The lovely cushions.
Feels like
is Navri still sat on them?
The one thing that I liked in this room, and you're all just gonna destroy it.
Look, unless you found the key to everything in those cushions, the books are more useful.
We don't know now. We'll never know because somebody lit them on fire.
Maybe that's where all the secret documents were, in the sewn into the pillows.
Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm. Anything else, Tira?
I don't know. I feel like I've done enough and done it all wrong.
I loved it. I don't know what happened, but I loved it. Next is another one. Yes.
No, well, I guess are we ruling that I'm a bit confused about the way that things have taken effect. So because did the grease do anything, or should I just say that I didn't do it, or was the grease useful in that process at all?
Yeah, the grease and the fire start messing with the secret door, secret wall. Yes.
Okay, then I have no bonus action. That's fine.
So you could try to open this wall with force, by force, rather than keep trying on the panel. But I don't know. Do you have the means to do that? We will find out. Next one is another part of my trap. And it's going to...
How many buttons got pushed?
A lot. All of them in various orders. Yeah.
They're still being pushed.
Right now, actively.
Because what if they turn off? It's an anti-trap button. Yeah.
I'll get the combination eventually.
On top of your head, a couple of knives fall underneath you. Or
I love the implication that there's like secret doors opening up and cannons and javelins and like also we just didn't notice that there were knives on strings just hanging up above us too.
Someone holding a cutlery.
Boink.
Probably just thought they were
Everything comes from a
decoration.
secret latch. At 10 and an 11, I guess nothing of that is gonna hit you.
No.
Great. Good. Next one is Napre.
Yes. So I had a thought. It will require some help probably from Sarah on her next turn. But I would like to cast Clairvoyance, 3rd level spell, on the opposite side of the wall. Because what I would like to do theoretically is have Sarah on her next turn have her mage hand come around and I will tell her how to like unlock the mechanism from behind and then we can open the door that way.
Amazing.
Thanks for killing my encounter again. No.
You're welcome.
Go for it.
You threatened me with a mimic. Let's go.
Mimic.
The actions of one player do not represent the mindset of everyone, and I'd like you to keep that in mind as you are escalating the CRs of future encounters. That this is
Nathan,
not
we
everyone.
are a team, and I don't like your attitude.
We're not.
Where is the support for V?
Yeah.
We're a team, but we want to be judged.
But I think it's important to be, as you're part of a team, to be like, yeah, that person doing some dumb stuff. Antagonizing the DM. Nope, no thanks.
I'm going to set Lazar on fire next turn.
So I move my grace on top of Lazar. But they have 4. That's not going to be fun. Anyways.
That'll be very painful.
Tell me, how do you cast Clairvoyance?
So it's actually kind of neat because what I do is I actually pull out, I have a little piccolo and I pull out this little piccolo and I play just like the tiniest little tune and the sound kind of like comes out and it like fills my head. And as the tune enters, there's this like soft blue glow that kind of like comes out and like just from seemingly nowhere, but it's actually coming from like this little chain that I have around my neck, and it just flies out, shimmers, and like goes through the wall. Like maybe if you thought about it, you were like, oh, maybe it's going through the hole, but no, it's actually just passing through the wall and just exists on the other side of this mechanism. And my eyes kind of glow with like a little bit of blue, which is weird because, they weren't glowing before. But now I can see what's on the other side. And I'll point out that there's actually like the mechanism on the other side of this wall. And if I had a little bit of help, we could try and go at it from the other side.
Yes.
Navri, we are connected telepathically. If you maybe imagine what you are seeing to me, I will be able to see it too.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of a weird thing because obviously I see it in my head, but I have to think about seeing it in my head to send it to you. So there's a little bit of a hitch getting it off the ground, but we get there. You can see it.
Okay, so just let me. So it's 10 minutes, so it's plenty of time. Now my
assuming we don't die.
would be if you can move the sensor.
It says I can create an invisible sensor within range to a location familiar to me. It remains in place for the duration.
Okay, so I would say that you will, once you're looking through it, you will have your own senses in terms of range and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you create this point behind. So there is a little opening in this fake wall and you can see through it. And you set this magic sensor and a new room opens for you. This room is not, it looks more like the cave where you were at the beginning, but it's much, much smaller. It also has a water pool in it, and you can see a body that is facing down. And you quickly identify a shell or a carapace of a turtle. Once you look, you focus on your interest, which is the mechanism behind this door. This door has two sort of manual pass-bys, bypasses, and they can easily be just turned or like activated or interact with them to manually open this door. So you don't, when you interact with those two, I want to say they are oh my goodness, like levers, it will automatically open rather than you having to open it. Now, you also see that behind all these fake wall, there is a network of cables and little ropes that connects to a lot more of traps around the room, and they're connected to this panel. But the control panel, but the control panel is closed. So there is like a fancy box that says "keep away."
Sure.
Anything else that you're looking after?
Until we can get out of this room, well, is there like...
Is the access code to put into the control panel handily written on that box, the other side?
Yeah, there's like a little post-it
For the
note
maintenance
that just
people.
says, yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
No, okay.
Mr. Cassell, I have changed the code to 53214.
Yeah.
Look underneath your keyboard. Oh, here it is.
Oh, it's been here the whole time. Yeah, and because there's a control panel over it, I can't see, like, you know, if like I can't figure out based on, because of that, what the code might be. So like because there's like a control panel, I can't actually see like what everything is wired to. So I couldn't be like, oh yeah, no, like the next number that you should hit is this one.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you will need to probably open the box to see.
Okay.
That probably there is a code or like master switch. For this.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to say out loud that Mr. Cassell is in the other room just yet because I feel like there's a lot going on. But Sarah definitely can see it. Yeah, that's not good.
Good. If that is all your turn, which was an excellent turn, thanks for that. Top of the round, Garnet.
I'm gonna, after the knives have hit my shield, I'm gonna shift them off a bit, walk over to the bookcase. What condition are the books in? Are they in a burnt condition, or are they still?
No, we decided to burn the cushions.
Okay.
So this is fine for now, but the whole room is catching fire. So watch out.
Are there any books there that catch my attention like the book did in my vision?
Roll me a history check.
16.
Actually, the thing that reminds you to your dream is the map. So the map, now that you investigated, it has probably a sign or like a identifier from that specific room. Like if it would be like a library system. And you know that this map was taken from that room. And yeah, if you want to further investigate for other similar books in this library, maybe you won't find any, but you quickly find Mr. Cassell's diary.
I will quickly pick that up and put that in my armor. I'm going to place my hand on the bookshelf, like the frame itself. I'm going to give it a little wobble to see if it's loose. Does it feel loose now that the mechanisms have expanded on it?
No. Yeah, it's a heavy wooden shelf. Yes.
Okay. Just trying to think of what to do with that information. I am going to take a step back. I'm going to hold draw my sword. I'm going to hold my hand out, and I'm going to hold my action to use my telekinetic movement. For when the door starts opening, I'm going to use that to get it to open quicker, so we can get out quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Great idea. Is that all?
And then I think actually what I will do is, as I'm doing that, I'll just breathe in and breathe out as I sort of concentrate. And I'm going to use my psionic recovery, which I can use as a bonus action to give myself 1 psionic dice back. That's it. That's my turn.
Lazar. Fire, swords, ink. What do you want to do?
Okay, so first I had a question. And I don't know, maybe I misheard. Did you say that through clairvoyance we saw someone?
Only Nabri.
Well, right, we being like
yes, yeah,
collectively.
A turtle shell.
And could you just remind Nathan and maybe listeners and watchers as well, but why we know this individual, or do we all know this individual?
Mr. Cassell.
Yeah, Mr. Cassell.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the spells that I have are also just fire.
Go for it. Go.
And I wouldn't say we need more. And I don't want to step on Sarah's excellent work, you know. So I think Lazar is going to, seeing that Garnet is looking at some of the like books and that kind of stuff, is also now just going to try and like, seeing that like we need to get out of here, is just gonna try to grab, and maybe it is ordered, or maybe it is just an armful, but is literally just like, I don't know, this seems like maybe this is information, so just like yoinks a pile of books and is just going to like be ready to run with them, and is just like looking around panically, trying not to get his fur set on fire, and hoping that someone solves this problem.
I hope there aren't any crystals behind those books.
Find out.
We'll find out. Roll me a D100.
Can you just do that on D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you just do that on D&D Beyond?
It's like the fourth one from the top. It's the 2D10s.
Are you on the website or the app?
I'm on the website. I forgot that was a thing, that there was just dice on the side. I've just been clicking the whole time. 97.
So you grab a bunch of books, and when you remove them from the shell, you see some other crystals there, and they sort of vibrate a little bit, like if they were about to fall, and then they just go back in place. Well done, baby. Anything else you would like to do?
Back away very slowly.
Very slowly. Thank you. Next one is Winnow. Fire. And 3 buttons left. What are you gonna do?
I would like to press more buttons.
Roll me a D100.
It's the only option that's viable right now.
I mean, I think that is correct.
92.
Great. You can hear this, the big noise, gong, like again, and the door sort of screeches a little bit just to let you know that it's open again. And a mechanism like, I don't know, like self-preservation, or like everything is fine, you know, like when an alarm goes off, you have a code to say, to let know the firefighters that everything is fine, that they don't have to come to your place. So that sort of this happen. And the medieval fantasy version of extinguishers, they just go off and put down the fire on the door, on the cushions. You're a little bit covered in this white stuff that is a little bit disgusting, but you're fine. And not that disgusting, so let me rephrase that. In this magical, like invisible, this foam.
Okay,
yes.
foam.
Yes,
just so we're clear.
Foam, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so how would you like to proceed? Just one detail. Navri, you still grapple. The door is not open yet, but we know how to open it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a bunch of things. We have the music box, and we have the books that Lazar took, and I think the diary for Mr. Cassell. And let's find out what is all that shit after the break.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation, and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including Hex Chest dice boxes, Spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and Scroll and Codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
And we're back from our short rest. We have finished our consumables, and here we are ready for play more D&D. In the first part, I would like to say lots happened, but my only mental note is fire, fire, fire.
Yeah.
Also, we are here for the rule of cool because Clarivoyance takes 10 minutes to be cast, but who gives a shit about rules? Not me. Here we go. As the fire was put up by an emergency system of extinguishers, kind of, you find yourselves covered in foam with a door semi-open. Knowledge that behind that door, secret door, is Mr. Cassell floating heads down in a water pool. And Navri still grapple. What are you all going to throw to me? Come on, come at me.
As we're stood there, there's a little bit of my hair that's a little bit singed, a little bit of an ember on it, and little Roger just comes out from underneath my armor with a little fireman's hat on and a little fire extinguisher goes, and then disappears back under my armor. And then I'm going to walk over towards where Navri is, and I'm going to start trying to get the harpoon off her and sort of untangle her. Sorry for not coming a bit sooner. I got a bit distracted. You know how easily I get distracted. I'm really sorry.
Yes, I know. It's fine. I'll let you work on that because I still have the music box too, and I've got this, this clairvoyance thing that I'm working on. So I have a lot of plates in the air right now, and I'm just trying to not drop them.
You just hear from across the room. My apologies. I thought fire would help the situation. It turns out it did not. But then we'll be mage handing, as Navri suggested, the other side to pull the levers.
So as everybody sort of start cleaning themselves and this mage hand starts moving the levers, the doors open. And let's just see the other side as I have described. There is a much smaller cave and a much smaller water pool where a corpse is floating, and all you can see is this the shell or the carapace of a tortured individual. We can infer that is Mr. Cassell. But yes.
But before the doors fully open and we can actually go through it, I will probably break the news to folks because I want them to know ahead of time. I don't want them to be surprised by it because obviously I can see what is there. So I just feel like, okay, I need everybody to know that I think poor Mr. Cassell is on the other side of this wall and not in a very good way. Just heads up.
Damn it, if we hadn't have been stuck in that bloody tent getting high as a kite on that tee, we could have probably got to him and actually saved his bloody life.
Oh, is he dead? You just said not in a good way.
He might be. He's face down in a pool.
Oh, that means dead. That always means dead.
Well, okay.
It would be inconvenient
question.
if he was.
Yes, it would be. Question, because I don't know. Can turtle folk breathe underwater? Is this actually like a for sure yes, he's definitely dead, or could he just be sleeping?
Maybe just vibing.
I'm just gonna, while Navri is having this chat, I'm gonna walk into the room a tiny little bit. So my mage hand. How far into the room is Mr. Cassell?
I would say there is between the wall and the water pool is 10 feet with no water, and then the water pool is just a 10 feet radius.
So 20
water
foot
pool,
across.
and he's in the middle, so 20 feet.
Okay, great. So actually, I can reach him with my mage hand without going into the room because it's a 30-foot range. And I'm just going to try and use the mage hand to, if he's floating in the water, just to, scoot him towards us, towards the edge. Just, gently, come on.
You start moving in. Nothing happens. He buoys and washes to the shore. of this mini pool?
I believe we should investigate the body and make sure it is Mr. Cassell and that he is definitely dead, but I'm concerned about everyone leaving that room. It might lock itself up again, and I do not believe that we have finished investigating it.
I mean, most of it was on fire, wasn't it?
Only the cushions.
Oh,
the cushions.
Okay.
Just
Well,
the cushions.
I picked up a diary and I picked up a map. So hopefully those two give us a bit of an answer. But I fully agree that maybe we shouldn't all leave the room. Although saying that if we all don't leave the room and then one person gets locked in the room, then how's that one person going to get out? And whatever.
Lazar is just stomping past everybody out of this God's forsaken room with his pile of books and just is
To the
out.
bigger cave or to the small cave?
You just muted yourself.
Yes.
Damn it. To the next room,
The
I
small
think.
one. So you've just gone past Sarah. Lazar, could you help me turn Mr. Cassell in the water? I'm concerned about taking him out of the water in case he desiccates like the others did.
Sorry, defecates.
Desiccates.
It was in character. Calling it now.
No.
Very important.
We're all
distinction.
taking
dead
a vote.
bodies.
Quick question. Because got a brain like a sieve and it felt like it was a week ago. What masks? What were did your tentacly friend say what the other masks were that we were looking for? Or is it just masks?
It was just mask in general. 3 missing.
Nuts. Oh well.
Okay.
Yep. I've got my book, and if everyone's got something of interest, I think we've seen enough here, and I will kind of march on through and kind of let's keep it moving, and not point fingers as to who set up traps.
Right.
We have a slight issue with everyone keeping moving, in that Navri is currently harpooned to the floor.
Oh,
I got her out of that.
Oh, did you?
I think. Did I?
Yes.
I thought I did.
Okay, oh, fine then.
I like that Garnet is now just like, I'm sorry, I'm just feeling really off today. You know, I got all these bodyguard things, I got all these adventuring things all at the same time.
Do you know how difficult it is to make new friends while still trying to do your job? I'm trying to impress these two really cool people that have joined us. But I keep forgetting my duties, and it's difficult. All right,
it's a lot.
You are very impressive. I just thought I would check, considering that you are not that strong. But you have done a marvelous job. Well done.
I feel highly offended, but also thankful at the same time. It's a weird feeling.
You take psychic damage because of that. It was shade to the heart. So is everybody moved now that Nabri's free and nothing seems to be clicking in order to kill you? You want to move to the next room, right?
If I'm absolutely certain that I can't find the key in this room to wind up this music box, then yeah.
Yes. Do you want to do that now or after?
I don't think 5 of us need to take a look at the body. I'm really curious about the music box, especially if it's like connected to like because I saw the blood come over here as well. I'm curious that there's something important like inside of it that like is tied to Mr. Cassell.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you are visibly kind of fiddling with it and like being like, where is this? A winner will just be like, oh, do you need a key for that?
Yeah, I mean, I have to like wind it up. So but I haven't been able to find anything yet to do that with.
I have thieves' tools.
Interesting. I could say you can use that to wind it up. But the wind it up, so you start doing the wind it up, but then it doesn't work. So you quickly realize that you need to make a sort of rhythm with the wind it up in order to create the rhythm in the music box. So I could say I'm going to ask for a sleight of hand from Winnow and a performance check from Nabri. So in order to help, so like directing Winow's meticulous proceeding.
Well, I have a +9 in performance, and I ended up with a 12, which is the most upsetting thing in the world, but it's above a 10, so I guess that's fine.
I have a +8 in sleight of hand, and I rolled a 16 on the dice.
Great. So are you using your hands, or are you using maybe the tattoo just for flavor?
The tattoo.
So you take the tattoo, two little really thin arcs of ink, and then you start moving your tip tools in the right place. And Nabri puts, I imagine this, puts her hand on your shoulder and start giving you like the rhythm. Nabri is not paying much attention, so the emotion and all these sort of inspirations takes over, and at some point it's a little bit too strong on your shoulder, but she's giving you the right rhythm, or a rhythm that quickly it matches with this music box. And as you start winding up, like if it was a song or a music notes, I don't know the name of the pentagram thingy, but yeah, just like that, and it opens. And it's weird because the music box is not too big, but when it opens, it sort of displays what looks like a stand, about 2 feet tall, and this looks like a display for something, and there is 6 missing items, or there is 6 hooks where you could have put 6 items, and you can read something in the base of this sort of stand, and it's in a language that I guess you don't speak. This is deep speech. Do you speak deep speech? But you know someone that does.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Just because I'm curious, are there isn't like a butterfly or anything carved in this?
No, not at all.
Okay. For the record, because it popped in my head, the rhythm that I'm tapping on Winnow's shoulder is awfully reminiscent of Darude's Sandstorm, because when I think of beats, that's the only thing that pops into my head. So it was very it was bumping in this music box. But seeing the deep speech, I'll just like look at Winnow, and then I'll just I'll call over my shoulder if Sarah's not busy.
Well, we would have been turning the body and looking at the body while that was happening.
Yes.
I actually don't. Sorry, I don't call out to Sarah. What I do, I don't know how deep speech is set up, but I will look at it, and if I can recognize that it's deep speech, I'll just think about the fact that, oh, this is deep speech. I wonder if Sarah can read this, and then Sarah will get that in her head.
Sarah, you get in your mind the picture or the description of this inscription in the base of this base. It reads, well, it's weird because there is, you know what it says, but you get the meaning of it. Or like, it's not the meaning of the words, the meaning for you or for a part of you. You read the silent agony. And you feel sort of a connection with this. Something in you reads brother.
Okay. Interesting. Navri? Well, are we... Sorry. So this has happened, but while they were investigating and unlocking the music box, did we get anything from
So
need
I
to
would say
check before we move the scene
Sarah,
on.
Lazar, and Garnet move next to the body, and what you find is a small body of a total person, and it's just floating there. How are you going to proceed?
Well, turning him over, is there an obvious, this is how he died?
This...
Is he wearing a mask?
It's wearing a mask.
Yeah, there you go.
They are wearing an elephant mask.
Ooh. Okay. We'll just have, as we turn it over, have called... Well, actually, no, because the Lazar and Garnet are here. Do we think we ought to collect this one as well? Take the whole set?
It makes sense.
Do you have facility for doing that? Winnow is busy at present.
Do we just want to take the mask off, or do we need to take proof back that he's dead?
They only reacted when we disturbed them, is that correct?
As far as this point, so the three creatures that you faced already, they were conscious before they start attacking you. This thing is just there.
Definitely dead.
I wonder how he died.
Could I roll a medicine check?
To do with the mask on his face.
Well, yeah, specifically, I was curious to see also whether, like in Lazar, I'll say this in character and apologize for also interrupting. Yeah, Lazar would say, yes, it's the other ones were alive with the mask, so I do not know. That's very strange.
This is true.
It is very strange indeed.
As Garnet is working on that, can I be doing a medicine check to see, or whatever the appropriate check would be, to see if I can figure out how this individual died?
So a corpse doesn't bleed. This corpse is bleeding.
Like actively?
Actively bleeding. And
hey, Garnet?
Yes?
Excuse me? Let's quick moment, please.
I think I've got the blade just under the mask. I'm going to try and lift it up.
No.
Just please, one moment. Just take a quick. Just have a little. Stop, please.
Oh my goodness! As you stab the face of Mr. Cassell, the three eyes.
Stop?
Sorry?
Would Garnet not stop?
Well, it was more that I was trying to put the mask underneath, the blade underneath where the mask, because I would assume that the mask is attached to the face.
Yeah, and
so I'm trying to
and I
poke it underneath and lift. I'm not actually stabbing. I'm just like
yeah. And I'm imagining like Sarah and Lazar are both like kind of down at kind of body level and can see this like little trickle of blood start, and we're like, oh,
I'll stop.
As you disturb this entity, the eyes in the mask, the three eyes in the mask, they wide open and they bright, immensely bright. They bright. I think so. That's right. Never mind. There is a lot of light coming out of the three eyes, and Sarah, Lazar, and Garnet, they just disappear. Napri and Winnow. You see this light, and it's sort of like the light is coming after you. Do you want to do something before this light catches you?
Coming after us?
Yes.
Can I push Navri behind me and just be like, stay there, I've got this.
Nice.
And just try and do a protect. I don't know what I'm doing a protect for, but I'm attempting.
Amazing. You feel the light catching you, and if someone would be looking out of this scene, you will also disappear. And the last thing that you see is this sort of flash of light, and when the flash of light faints. You find yourself in a really obscure place. This place is weird. It smells like the essence that you found in the room, and it's also a little bit hot. So the first thing that you sort of think like where we are, and second, what is so similar to the rooms where we previously been. And as your senses start, well, your eyes, please raise your hand if you have dark vision.
Have we all gone? I thought it was just Winnow.
I love it. Those with dark vision, you can see your comrades around you, but you cannot totally tell where are you. Those without dark vision, you can only see, and well, also Garnet, you can see two big eyes somewhere in the space. And those big yellow eyes start shining, and that light allows you to see a little bit of what's going on in here. You find yourself in a platform which is probably 30 feet by 30 feet. And in the middle of the platform, there is a single turtle individual. You rapidly see that there is not a mask in this individual, and they seem to be suffering. And either you hear in your minds, or probably the place where you are is creating this noise. And you hear, please help me. Please take it out of my head. Please. And you can see how this person is in agony or is in pain, and is just right there crouching on the floor. You are 30 feet away of this individual, and probably the eyes are 50 feet away, but they are sort of in the air. I would say that mechanically, you cannot, although this is for flavor, all that I'm describing, but technically you cannot see this. So this is a hardly obscure place for those with no dark vision. How would you like to proceed?
So can we just hear this voice like calling out for those of us who don't have dark vision?
Yes.
Lazar, I think, would like raise his lantern and like cast light and just like illuminate the area around us.
As you cast light,
do the same on my eyes.
You find yourself. You know. The light shows you the place where you are, and this is not a place where you were. This is a strange space. There is two rings in this space: a ring of fire and a ring of ice. The ring of fire and the ring of ice touch in the bottom, creating a 30 by 30 platform, where is you actually are at the moment. And in the center, one of the opposite sides where you are is where Mr. Cassell is just crouching out of pain. If you would like to walk all the way to the ring of fire, the ring of fire will take you 50 feet all the way up. This is a weird place, so forget about gravity. So you can stand up on your feet and don't fall. If you will decide to go on the ring of ice, same effect with the gravity, except that because the ring of fire is a little bit bigger, if you place yourself 12 o'clock, so just on top of everything in the ring of ice, you will have full cover from the ring of ice.
Sorry, Ali. I think you said that the ring of fire was the smaller one that's 50 feet around, and the ring of ice is the larger one that's 70 feet around that way.
That one, yes. So
fire, ice.
Yes. If you are placed in the ring of ice at 12 o'clock, the ring of fire will cover you.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm so sorry if I missed this. So if we're down here at 6 o'clock, where is Mr. Cassell?
At 6 o'clock in the same platform, but 30 feet away from you.
Okay, cool.
And is he next to the start of fire or the start of ice?
You are at the start of fire.
Okay.
So if you move backwards, you will be going on circle of fire.
Yeah.
You will have to go right to go to circle of ice.
Yeah.
Good question. What is the width of the platform?
Everything is 30 feet.
Everything's 30 feet. So these are big boy rings.
Yeah.
Great. The big yellow eyes, as you cast light, they sort of disappear or hide somewhere. I don't know. And a couple of things happen here. It seems like the light is burning the skin of Mr. Cassell. And they start sort of screeching out of in pain, and they there is a little bit of like, not bubbles, but injuries in the skin of Mr. Cassell, and they start transforming, let's say, and they start growing in size. And the only thing that you can see at this point is a carapace. And you see those little figures in the carapace, and they are like acting a little bit weird. And suddenly one of them open like an eye, and then another one, and then another one. And then suddenly the full carapace is full in ice.
Oh no.
And they still like crouching in pain on the floor, and the carapace sort of separates from the lower part, and it opens, and it reveals a big brain underneath the carapace. And the carapace also have a little bit like fangs, maybe something like that. And finally, 3 appendages or 3 limbs, kind of tentacles, 2 on the sides, and one just like a like the light of an angle of fish. And the light that is coming out of Lazar's lantern, it sort of disappear in a 10-feet radius around this creature, and then the injury sort of stop, but the little thing at the end of the sort of tentacles start sort of pulsating. And with that, I will ask you to roll for initiative.
Yeah, that seems seems like how that was going to go, huh?
Yeah.
No talking to this creature. Are you sure?
Yeah, I was going to say this person
Mr.
sounds like
Cassell.
a rather swine person. No, fine person. We should be able to talk to them, surely.
We've just been looking for you. We were after the object that you found. How are you?
Oh, no, I roll bad.
No? Okay.
Right, same.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's a dumb one, but since our last encounter, which was in the middle of the night, has the sun come up yet?
Really should have healed too.
Is that for the
For the tattoo.
reactivation of an item?
It's, the tattoo. I can only do it once per. It renews at dawn.
If it's something reactivates at dawn or next day, you can recharge it.
Yeah.
Any kind. Yes.
I rolled a 7 on my initiative.
I also got a 7.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
So
I got an 8. Boom. High roller.
18, and I have no idea what to do. No, I cannot be the first one to do this right now.
That was me in the last combat.
Ah, shit.
Wino, you got a 7, right?
Yeah.
Garner a 7, Sarah
14.
14, Lacer an 8, and Navri an 18. Great. All that is great because you know what? My creatures go first.
Great.
Great. Love
But
this.
you
Wait.
are-
Creatures plural?
Oh, fuck.
I hate when I do that as DM. I homebrew a monster that uses like a stat block, and I use the name of the monster that I like lightly tweaked, and I was like, oh yeah, this owl bear. It's like, shit, it was god damn it.
No.
I think you used the wrong term there, Andy. I think the term is our new friends.
Yeah.
I meant your
two people hop into the Skype call or the Zoom call.
Friends. Yes. They're just
look at these new party
potential
members.
friends, right? Initiative 20. You can see literally how these creatures start absorbing the light out of your lantern, and then it pulsates. But no one is close enough, so lucky you. Then somebody roll a 20. So Mr. Cassell, this creature, whatever it is, starts moving forward. But then you hear this, please help me. Like if there is something still there out of Mr. Cassell. And something funny happened, because this sort of egg or two rings structure is just floating there in space, in black space. But suddenly, just as if this were a movie theater, you can see in IMAX, let's say, I would say it's a memory. And you can see Mr. Cassell receiving or reading a letter about the request of the regent for an item. And the item is the music box, and how he heads towards Baldur's Gate to get such item. And then the images just fade, and they're gonna take their turn. They move really, really slow. But nevertheless, I would say they are 10 feet away. No, 20 feet away from you. I would say everybody is clustered or like shoulder to shoulder. And we know, because your heroic action of trying to protect Nabri, I would give you inspiration.
Cool.
But that's it.
That's how you know this is going to be really tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next one is Nabri. You have a monster thingy 20 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what kind of creatures these are. But I'm guessing they're probably not good. So you know what we need is a little inspirational fight music. So I'm actually going to pull out my lute, my DOS lute, and I'm going to use it. Definitely not Darude Sandstorm, but I'm going to actually use it to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Garnot.
Nice. Remind me, what does that do?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, and then the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
This is a good one, because that's a great idea. Wink, wink. But second, because Garnot has somehow a connection with one of those kind of creatures. So Garnot, you get the ting, 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 ting notification from your invisible pixie that gives you the message that this thing is an aberration.
Great.
Anything else, Nabri?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my as my bonus action. I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on myself because I took a little bit of damage, and it's not great. And it's just a bonus action, so it's 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier. So I'm gonna just do that super fast to get a little bit of health back. Where are you? There you are. Oh, that's a good roll. That's 7. That's a great roll. Yeah. And that's my turn. I'm also going to move behind. I'm going to move behind everybody else.
Yes. So I'm going to put you, how far do you want to go on the ring of fire? 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
If we're at 6 right now, probably 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock.
It feels like a good.
So you are sort of like this. So they are here and you are here. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Napri, you are here in my mental map. Great. Anything else?
Nope, that's gonna be it for me.
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
You can see on the ring of ice, covering the shadows of the ring of fire, 2 creatures. And with that, we move to Syrah. I guess because of your connection, you also know that.
Yep, I definitely think about the fact that there's 2 of them hiding up there.
I think very loudly.
Very loudly. Oh shit!
Then I will say that out loud. We have company hidden up there as well. Okay. The thing that is possessing Mr. Cassell. Do we get the sense that? So obviously it's turned his shell into this shell of eyes at the moment, and we see a brain. Does it look like it? I mean, it's hard to see, I guess, because it's dark. But in the glimpse that we saw when it was light, did it look like the brain? Was the brain like total sized? Did it look like it was Mr. Cassell's brain, or did it look like a parasite that has snuck under his shell and is clinging on?
A parasite. So as Mr. Cassell also increased in size, being a large creature now, most of the body of this creature is a brain.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. I don't know if it would work. Famous last words, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try casting Phantasmal Force.
Nice.
On the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like it to see. So I think Sarah just stands there, and again, the sort of the head just kind of looking at where Mr. Cassell would be, just kind of tilts slightly, and this kind of unseen to the brain, but there's these sort of spectral like dark sort of swirling heads over to it, and sort of smokes the area around it, and then forms what I would like it to believe is that Mr. Cassell's shell is trying to eat the brain.
Okay.
So if the brain stays attached to Mr. Cassell, it will get eaten.
Okay.
I want it to try and be scared and try and detach.
I need to make an investigation check, right?
Oh, it's an intelligence saving.
Intelligence. So first the intelligence save. Not very intelligent.
Okay, this is good.
16.
It's a brain.
I mean,
Right.
16 was the threshold, unfortunately. So it knows. Boo!
But I will give you that. The brain looks very attached to this. Very, very attached.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't sure if it was like, I've decided to be attached and I could let go, or it was I am and now implanted. Okay, I don't think...
Hold on. Silvery barbs?
Yes, you could silvery barbs. Oh, I could silvery barbs. I could do that. Yes.
14.
That will fail. Yes. Okay, wait. I just need to check. I do have the spell slots to silvery barbs as well. Yes, good. Running out of spell slots. This is not good.
No, I mean I've got level 1 spell slots. I got you. Like silvery barbs.
Oh, you
done.
did it. Oh, you did.
Yes.
Okay,
no.
great.
Like yeah. That was my thing. Sorry. Yes.
That's it. It looked like you were going You could silvery barbs though, right?
Oh, no. This was me being like, can I?
Yes, you can. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. Okay. I mean, I guess I've seen that it is attached now though, right?
Yeah.
But I guess, okay, so the illusion that it sees is the shell has teeth and is threatening the brain, but it wants to scare it into submission rather than like the brain tearing itself off Mr. Casal and running away, however a brain would. It's like the shell is closing down and Mr. Casal is taking control again. That's what I want it to see.
Yes.
Right. And it is so convinced of this phantasm's reality that it can take, if it takes psychic damage, I don't know, 5 psychic damage?
They certainly can take psychic damage.
Great. The target can use its action to examine the phantasm, so it can't do anything until its turn.
Yeah.
But then it would be an investigation check. Okay, great. So that's my action. Bonus action. I don't like that it was trying to come towards us. I think it would be bad if it got close. So I'm going to just telekinetically shove it 5 feet further away from us. Please, can it make a strength saving throw?
Oh, absolutely. I can try, definitely. 13.
That fails. Get away.
How far?
5 feet.
5 feet.
I'm not going to stop it, but, you know.
Now it's 25 away from everyone. Good. Anything else?
That is action and bonus action.
Movement.
I think I'm going to stay focused on this guy because I've got to keep concentration.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay where I am.
Next one is Lasser.
I hope it's me, or oh no, things are escalating. Well, first I have a question. I also have very high passive perception. Would Lazar be aware of the other creatures yet? And if not, no worries. But it changes.
I
Oh, you did. Okay.
When Navri showed Sarah, I said they're up there.
But only Navri can see them.
Okay. Cool and great. So Lazar sees that this creature who's trying to advance on us is like soaking up light and that kind of thing. And he holds his lantern up even higher, and the light goes out for a moment, and then the light starts appearing in small pinpricks kind of emerging from all around us. And from like 15 feet or so all around Lazar, so encompassing presumably everyone in the party, a series of tiny stars start to appear, and you can see a almost like galaxy looking things start to swirl all around us. And Lazar looks at this creature, knowing that there are others as well. And he says, "You do not know who you have come to attack. You do not know who I serve." And he casts Spirit Guardians, swirling all around him and all the party, and almost inviting them to come and attack the group, while hoping that they don't. But
15. They are not that close.
No, yeah. I know. I figured not. I figured this is a preemptive measure, assuming that some of these big scary creatures will probably want to get up on and chomp upon us. And I think he's going to. I don't think he's going to even step back. I think he's going to try and be sort of in the middle of everyone, so that everyone is kind of covered with this arcane stardust and the protection that it offers. And I think that'll be his turn.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Garnot. All this magic around you burst your confidence. Tell me, what would you like to do?
So the tool in front of us, he is talking to us like he wants help. And then the thing that is sort of trying to get us is like a separate entity that's attached to him.
Yeah, there is a parasite definitely here.
Okay.
Parasite situation here.
We're here to help you. If you wouldn't mind, if you could, please, that would be fantastic. If you could be willing for us to help you, then that would help out what I can do a lot more. Then maybe, I'll tell you what, just to show you that I am a little bit willing, how far away is he?
25 feet.
I'm not going to do what I was going to do because you're a little bit too far away, but I'll at least come to us, and I'm just going to sword and shield out, and I'll wait for you, yeah? And I'm going to hold my action.
Hold attack.
I'm going to hold an attack to attack the parasite if he gets close enough.
Do you want to be in front of everyone? Because at this point now it's shoulder to shoulder, so if they come, they might face someone before you. But if you are in front, they will target you.
I have to at least do some of my job as a bodyguard, and I will stand in front of everyone.
Just to let you know, as a Fibri, Garnot is less than 50% of their hit points, if anybody wants to intervene. Anyways, thank you very much. Next one is Winnow. Winnow, you see all of this and how Garnot quite courageously steps forward without getting into close combat with this thing. Apparently, no one wants to get in close combat with this thing. Why? I don't know. I mean, it's a friendly.
It has a toothy torso and is a giant brain. Hard pass. Thank you.
Anybody with a high enough passive perception will see that there is actually some blood pouring out of his mouth and out of his ears and stuff. But because he has red skin, it's difficult to see. But anybody high enough will be able to see that he is actually bloodied.
Oh, sweet pea, no. Do you not have a potion?
I do. I keep forgetting to take it.
Do you just hear Winnow go, take your medicine.
If you only used your action to hold an attack, do you not have used your bonus action to quaff?
If that's all right to do that quickly. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't take my potion. It's Roger comes out of my armor and sort of feeds it to me, and then he disappears back in. What is the? It's
MVP.
2d4.
So are we giving small costumes for each situation? Are we gonna get a doctor one or a nurse one for this one?
Yes, he's wearing one of those. He's wearing one of those surgical masks, and he's got these little gloves on his hands, and he's got the little what they called the little caps on his head, and that's about it. And he's just pulling the potion out and pours it in my mouth, and then disappears back in.
This is actually why we don't have a ton of money, because all of our budget just goes to Roger's costumes.
Money
But
well
it's a
spent.
mutual agreement.
Right,
Agreed.
and we all agree that is what we should be doing with our money.
Right?
Yeah.
Why is Roger in surgeon's garb? He can't be a surgeon because he's got no thumbs. I'm just imagining
He has a tail though.
Don't limit his dreams. He can grow up to be whatever he wants to be.
We know. We were about to start your turn.
Right. Okay. Does Garnot no longer look like he is on death's door, about to keel over?
I look a little over bloodied. Not by much though.
Okay.
Not a great roll.
I rolled a 5 for my healing.
Could be worse. Could be worse. I will bonus action activate my Eldritch Claw tattoo. Strike a bit of a ready pose as they say, okay, everyone spread out so it can't target us all at once. Frontline fighters to the front. Distance, keep your distance. I'm going in. And I'm going in.
How close? Is that 10 or 15?
15.
Nice. We know you are. I'm gonna put you slightly on the side, so as you say, you're dispersed. What's gonna happen now? Tell me.
What's going to happen is I'm not going to use any key points quite yet, but I still get 2 attacks with another unarmed strike as 2 bonus actions, I believe. And I'm going to try and kind of aim those towards the brain itself, trying to kind of claw it out.
Nice. Yes, please.
Cool. So that's 4 d20s to hit.
But also good.
Okay, and I've got +9 to hit, so that's an 18.
Hits.
A 20.
Hits.
And a 11 is a... Oh, it's another 20. I'm bad at maths. And then the final one is a 21.
Hits.
Hooray! Okay. So, sorry. You've heard of paladin maths, now get ready for monk maths. So, the actual attacks, there are 4, and they all do a d6. And then... Do all of them do an extra d6 on top of that? Maths.
Your sheet was what it is. It's 1d6 plus 6, right?
Yes. So each of the attacks is 1d6 plus 6. And then because of the tattoos, there's an extra d6 for each of the attacks.
Yes.
So
2d6 plus 6.
Yeah, so it's
so each attack
8d6 plus 24.
8d6 plus 24. Thank you.
So I'm gonna mark the 24 right now. So you forget about those.
Yeah, so just 8d6.
And just give me the numbers in the dice.
16, 17, 17, 18.
I love this tattoo.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 on top of that.
Nice.
86.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Just a casual fireball every turn.
Yeah.
It's that casual fireball between friends.
A casual controlled fireball.
Casual fists of fireball. That's what we should call them.
Anything else you would like to do?
I've given battle.
I know, attacks and bonus action, yes.
So
Thank you very much. As Winnow activates the claws and they are taking scoops and chunks out of this brain, it sort of screeches, "Rah!" And you hear then again the voice coming from all the sides or all around. What are you doing in my realm? This is my safe place. And
that sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar. But yes. But don't worry. It's not. I figure out that might be
Eldritch beings just like their safe places.
Get out of my
Everyone's allowed a safe
convenience space. Yeah, they're not that related. Yeah, okay. Let's not get that deep into that. Thank you very much. Next one is somewhere lurking in the dark. You can see those 2 eyes, one each on each side of the ring of eyes. These creatures are really slender and they have some spikes. They look like humanoid lizards, but instead of having this big sort of mouth, it's a short mouth, and there is only one eye covering the whole face. I would say for Lazar, this is a quite well-known, I would say not low-level monster, but this is a Nothic, quite known for the power to pierce into your mind. And I'm gonna roll a d5 here. Well, there's not a d5, but a 10. Beautiful. Sarah, could you please make me a deception check, please?
Sure. I mean, I can try. It's a whole 9.
And I got a 21 for my insight. And they pierce right into you. And they look inside. They don't like what they see. They were expecting secrets of, like, oh, this guy steals from the church or things like that. But then they find this other entity living inside you. And for a moment, you see this, again, this projection in this sort of IMAX theater that is surrounding you of the lonely one. But then next to it, there is another creature it looks more like a octopus, and they are sort of fighting, or are they dancing? Who knows? The next, and then the projection finishes.
Does everyone see that?
Yes, everybody sees that. The next Gnotic is going to do something similar but less fun. Is going to target Nabri. Nabri, could you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure. You sure you don't want it to be a charisma saving throw?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a 10.
You need it at 12. And as this thing starts looking at you, they look, and they give you the look like, oh, they are looking at those little imperfections that you don't like about yourself. I don't know, some sort of fur that grows in the opposite way, or maybe black spots on your nose. And yeah, it feels weird. And you take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Excuse me?
Excuse you, yes.
Holy moly.
Wow. Okay.
Around.
Top of the round. And my creature still eating light. And is gonna move forward to get into 10 feet away from Winnow and 10 feet away from Gardner. The creature is also now in the reach of the spiritual guardians. So let's do that damage first.
Sorry, I was trying to plan my next turn and forgot that I needed to be responsible for things happening on other people's turns. Okay, so it is a wisdom saving throw that they need to make. And it's just want to make sure. Yeah, it enters the area for the first time. So wisdom saving throw.
That is, a natural 1.
It's not good. 15 points of radiant damage as
15.
starlight and star stuff just like doesn't really hit it, but just like it's almost like astral sandpaper, where it just like grazes against them and like it passes through them, but just it like scrapes some of it away.
You can also see how those little particles start like impacting with some of the eyes, and the eyes sort of like squeeze, like, oh, this is really uncomfortable for the creature. Thank you. But now still, it was just that effect. I'm going to devour some light, and I'm gonna pew, 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 pew. Could Winnow and Garnet make a Constitution saving throw 15?
No.
Yes, 23.
Nice. Those who didn't take
those of us
8 points of damage. No, sorry, 17. And those who didn't, 17. Those who did, 8. And that is radiant damage, if that helps in some way. Great. Now it goes my creature, who is going to multi-attack. One goes to...
when you said he moved, and you said he was 10 feet away from me, didn't you?
Yes, it has.
Okay, so it's not within range to attack. Okay, it's fine.
Yes. Oh, yes. You can throw your sword if you want.
No. I could draw my crossbow, but I've already drawn my sword and shield, so I feel that wouldn't really work with the reaction, so I won't do that. That's fine.
So that's a 26 to hit Winnow, and a 22 to hit Gardner.
Is it an aberration, and is that with the disadvantage?
No.
For Garnot.
Thing.
Can I also ask, is this a ranged attack or a melee attack?
That is a melee attack,
Melee.
but with reach.
Okay.
14, so 26 to hit Winnow and 14 to hit Garnot.
I shall block it with my shield and knock it away.
Nice. So the Winnow takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's not looking good.
That's it. Next one is Nabri.
Yeah, so I may have forgotten that Winnow is also an up close and personal combat fighty individual. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing I did last turn, but kind of direct it all at Winnow. So I'm going to use my movement, which should get me close enough. Playing as I'm kind of like running towards them, and casting protection from good and evil again, or from evil and good, using up another charge on my loot, which is fine because it still has some charges left.
Oh,
and then,
nice. And you do that without concentration, right? Because it's cast through the...
and then I'm going to use my last first level spell slot to cast a little healing word on Winnow as well. Because Winnow is in such a bad way.
But you still cast the spell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the spell casting still apply. Yes, you cast it through actually you use your action to use the item.
Yes, and then healing word can be used as a bonus action. It's one bonus action to cast.
Spells. Yeah.
Okay. But technically it's not a spell slot through the item. It's using the item to cast the spell, and then it's
to cast the spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is fudge muffins. That's only 4. I'm so sorry.
That's double what I was just on. So.
Well, great. Then we're doing well.
Still single digits, but getting there.
Trying.
I mean, it's fine, right? Any movement, Nabri?
If I've got any in the tank, yeah, I'm gonna back up. I know I can't get back to 9, but I don't want to be in front. Yes. Get me back.
So now you are in 9. So you are just on top of this creature.
Oh, you're all the way away.
You are out of the range of everything. Out of the range of the creature and out of the range of the spiritual guardian. So you're fine there. You're safe, I would say.
I'm doubtful, incredibly doubtful.
Very
Thank you.
trustworthy, yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
From this distance, the creatures cannot see you as well. So they cannot lurk at you. They cannot gaze. But yeah, I think that was a good move. Syrah. Please.
Yes.
Save us.
Would love to. Okay. Is Winnow and Garnet are still canonically 10 feet away? 10, 15 feet away from Mr. Cassell.
Yes.
Okay. Which is now 25 feet away from where I am. Okay. It's a funny thing, when I'm like, I am used to playing tanks that are up front, and the one time that I'm playing a squishy spellcaster, and I currently have the most health on the team, and seeing Winnow getting so hurt, and Sarah is their familiar and must protect. So, it's just, I'm still holding concentration on. That's a good point.
Yes.
On Mr. Cassell's turn, you did not. That's a good point.
Yes. Thanks for reminding me that. Yes. So let's action that.
Okay. So you didn't examine it.
Yes.
So it takes another 1d6 psychic damage. That's a 3 on its turn, on the creature's turn. Oh no. That's on my turn, sorry, it takes the damage. So I'm still concentrating on that. I am going to, Sarah is just going to sort of, the eyes don't go red, but it's the equivalent of that.
They go bad.
Winnow alone. And is going to run up to and then 5 foot past Mr. Cassell.
Oh, so you want to be in the back?
I'm going 30 feet, so I'm going just be so not going out of I don't want to invoke opportunity attack. I'm just going the other side.
So you want to go through the ring of fire, or around?
No. Just I'm running to Mr. Cassell, but just going. I'm stopping other side of him rather than stopping in front of him.
Now I get you. So you are behind Mr. Cassell.
And then arms are just going to come up, and the out of the no, that's what it is the faceplate moves. Sarah's faceplate moves, and out of the hole from the core comes tentacles, and starts battering Mr. Cassell. I'm doing hung arms of Hadar at 3rd level.
Nice.
That
is an area effect, right?
Yes. Can you please make me? It's a 10-foot radius, which is why I wanted to be the other side.
Yes.
So it doesn't affect my teammates.
Clever.
Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
Absolutely, I can. Just let me put this on top of this creature. A strength, you said, right?
Yes, please.
16.
That would pass. I'm going to silvery barbs it.
And it's with disadvantage, right?
Yes, we rolls again.
14.
Fails. Oh, and I'm going to give the advantage to Garnet.
Nice.
For your next attack. So yeah, he fails. He takes 13 necrotic damage.
Nice.
And cannot take reactions until his next turn.
Beautiful. So first thing is that this, the illusion makes some psychic damage in this brain. There is a lot to make damage in this brain, of course. And then this other attack will also again triggers some sort of interaction with you, with whatever is inside your core. And then you see that again, those two figures projecting the lonely one and something that looks like an octopus. And now you have the impression that they are fighting. And the voice that you've been hearing is like, sister, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? And then the projection finishes.
Interesting.
Next one is Lazar.
Sorry, I think I have I feel like I've done a lot on my turn, but I think I also have a bonus action as well.
Please.
Because it was reaction with silvery barbs, and then action was and then the psychic damage is just, it happens.
It's just concentration, yeah, please.
Yeah, so I think as a bonus action, I'm just gonna shove Winnow further away.
Nice.
So it's not a damaging shove; it's just a push.
How far?
It's 5 feet if you fail a strength save, but you can fail if you like. If you want to be 5 feet further away.
Because I'm 10 feet away from it at the moment, right?
Yes.
I can be 15 feet away. That's preferable for me. So absolutely.
So great. Now you are slightly on the ring of ice, but that's okay. You're just 15 feet away from this creature, which is key. It's key. Thank you. Amazing turn. Thank you. Lazar.
Okay. I have a battery of questions for you.
Go for it.
The two Nothics, are they still up and kind of like lurking?
Yes, they are slowly, very slowly coming down from the ring of ice, but they're still quite away. They are not taking the full action to move.
Okay, and if they, how far away are they? This is getting very nitty gritty. I apologize.
This tends to be about 30 on each side of the ring, but they are not moving quite fast. They're just looking at you.
I'm really tempted to try and bring them closer so they can start being spirit guardianed.
Yes, please.
But I also they clearly want to be staying away from all of us. But also there's a lot of pain happening at the moment, and that feels maybe more important to manage.
What's your passive perception?
17.
So I would give you this. If you were a all-knowing entity, you would see that except for Syrah and you, everyone else is in either single digits or very close to single digits.
Right. So, not that I have a lot of options, but I do have some options.
You mean at level 5 cleric, you don't have mass healing word?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't. Believe me, I would take it. I love healing people. Nathan does and would find much joy in it. However, okay. So I think, okay. How much of a gambler is Lazar is the question.
I think he's a big gambler. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Lazar is going to do something that he's not happy about, but is hopefully a fun, interesting thing. Lazar, you guys all see. Okay, so here's what happens. All of this swirling and starry, beautiful galaxy is still kind of swirling all around or near you guys. And Lazar is still holding his lantern high, and he just extends the lantern, and all at once, all of the starlight all just snaps into a single beam of light coming straight from his lantern. He drops concentration on spirit guardians, which is not fun. But I would like this and this light that he is now summoned is pointing straight at the creature, and I would like the creature to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
They are not really a wisdom, man. Or are they? No. 15.
Fuck. Does anyone have a silvery barb, perhaps?
I've used mine.
Yeah, I am out of spell slots.
So Lazar extends it and like there is like a pulse of light that hits this creature as he tries to impose like his I was going to say celestial, his astral will upon this creature. But the creature is unaffected, is able to repel as he tries to cast Hold Person. Actually, it wouldn't have worked anyway, right? No, because it's not a person.
Good one.
It wasn't going to work anyway, but whatever. I realize that now. Oops.
Anything else?
Ooh. Yes. I'm gonna be even. I'm gonna do something even stupider than a spell that wouldn't have worked anyway.
Be careful that.
Lazar is going to stand in front of this creature, in front of everyone. So this, right? It's been attacking at range, right? And like with reach or whatever. Mm-hmm. Lazar moves up in an incredibly uncharacteristic him. Like he walks up, like shining his light on this creature, trying to get it to like bend to his will. And he stands 5 feet away from this creature. And that's the end of his turn.
I can't wait to see what's coming next. But next is
we'll see what happens.
Garnet. In front of you, there is Lazar. and then the creature, and then Zira. With the right positioning, you can get flanking.
So, question: with the illusion that's on the creature to make it think that the shell is trying to eat it, has it loosened its grip on him at all, or is it still? I'm not letting go.
I'm not letting go.
Okay. How wide did you say this walkway of these rings are?
30 feet. So they are quite wide.
Quite wide, and we're bang smack in the center of it.
Yes.
So we're 15 feet in the middle. Okay. And it's the tentacles that are attacking me.
No.
From range.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
They have a 15 range.
Okay, so I'm going to stow my shield, bat away the tentacle that attacked me, flick my wrist round so that my short sword goes like across my forearm, and I'm going to run forward. I've done that so it doesn't get tangled in any tentacles. I sort of move round and spin round the back of it, and as I spin round the back of it, the short sword flicks back round again as I sort of... How tall is he?
It's a large creature, so I would say 10 feet.
10 feet tall. Okay, so I'm basically just going to try and get my arm around and sort of hold on to the short sword. Basically, I want to grapple him.
Interesting. Please roll me what you have to roll me. And I will roll with
silvery barbs.
Yeah, with advantage. What is grappling? Because I've only got one D&D's thing.
Don't worry. I roll a 1.
Ah, okay. I mean, I've got a +2, but I'll roll anyway. I rolled a 12.
It's better.
So as I get that around him and I hold on to it, I'm going to use my action surge, and I am going to use my telekinetic movement. Now, it has to be on a willing creature. I'm a willing creature. I'm going to push both of us off of the ring. I'm going to throw both of us off the ring. And then, I'm not sure if this is how it works, but I'd like to use my plot point that I have.
So, you are grappling this creature. What would you like to do next?
Using my plot point, I'm going to spin it around midair and then push off to try and backflip, or at least jump up some way, acrobatics-wise, hopefully, to grab onto the edge.
Just make me that acrobatic or athletics check, please.
Oh no, that was an 11. Because I can see my allies, I'm going to use my favourite gift thing to give me a +3, so it'll be a 14.
So
Fortune from the menu, it's called.
You jump to this thing, and you barely... So, you're grappling it, and then you push yourself, taking the creature with you to a very sort of magic moment that would always see this. You just fall from the ring of fire, and then you try to jump back, but this creature tries to sort of grabs you with one tentacle. So now it's you grabbing the platform and the creature grabbing you. Thank you. That was amazing. We know you can only see the hand of Garnet from the platform.
We are not a strong party.
Punch yourself healthy.
Oh my god, okay. So I could punch myself healthy, but that doesn't really solve the problem of... Okay, well, there's only one thing I can really do on this turn, I suppose, which is try and haul Garnet up.
Please.
I'm not strong, but it's the only thing to do, really.
So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to use your hands? Do you want to use the claw?
Definitely the claw. Oh.
Also, if we want, I mean, thinking like metagame mechanical wise, that we could like, you could run up, you could hold your action, someone else could run up and do the help action to give someone advantage for whoever has the best athletic score or whatever to pull him up. Just because and that translate as us in fiction as like, I know I can't help this person by myself. I'm a baby. And you know, that way at least we get the best athletics based shot possible.
15 foot reach could also attack the tentacle. But
that was what I was gonna say, actually. I think it makes a lot of sense for you to like run up, look over the edge, see the tentacle wrapped around his leg, and be like, fuck it, I can't get both of them up. Like,
yeah. I'll attack the tentacle.
Roll me those attacks.
Cool. How does the tentacle look at the moment?
Squishy.
Squishy. Okay, I'll take it one attack at a time. See how it goes.
Yes.
So the first one is a 15 to hit.
Misses.
No! And then bonus action number one is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Cool. And I will do orders. So the damage on that one would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it loosening its grip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one is a 17, so that makes it a 26 to hit.
Hits.
Which hits. Excellent. Sorry, I'm aware this isn't going to be boring if I'm just doing a one at a time. That's 6.
We're like this, like.
I know, we're all on the edge of our seat. This ain't boring at all. It's
I'm
tension.
literally on the edge of the ring, so it's fine.
Sorry, wait, no.
The second one is max damage for 18.
18, great. You are ravaging this tentacle. Still holding strong.
Okay. Let's try another one. That is a 15, that's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another 12 damage.
Very, very close to the end, but it's not enough.
Okay, I will definitely use a key point to flurry of blows to hit it again.
Yes.
Okay, and that is that's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Whew. That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another 15 points of damage.
Is that all you have?
I can actually use Flurry of Blows one more time. But it's my last one.
How many times can you use Flurry of
Because I
Blows?
can use Flurry of Blows on each of my 2 attacks, right?
No.
Bonus
I think
action.
It's a bonus action.
On the attack action. It's not an attack, it's on the attack action.
Yeah, I thought it was on the attack action, and I can take 2 attacks per...
So
when you take the attack action, you take 2 attacks. When you make 2 attacks.
Attacks per... So it's attacks per... Monks are hard.
there's like an order of operations that you have to go down.
Dungeons and Dragons language, which is different all around the classes. Don't worry, Dungeons and Dragons needs to rewrite that more friendly.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, can't do another one. I'm not even going to interrogate this any further because my brain is not functioning on that level.
Great, thank you. With that, there was probably at the end of the tentacle some sort of spines or spikes as well, which are grabbing to you, Garnet. But as they are, yes.
Sorry, I just thought I can do something else. Is that I can make one of the attacks a hand of harm for an extra d6.
Please.
That's a 6, and it's +2, so that is 8 necrotic damage.
That's more than what you just needed.
Yes.
And this creature just... You literally shredded the tentacle away from the ankle of Garnet, and this creature just loses itself on the abyss, endless abysm that this is. This sort of mini plane was existing only in the mind or whatever parasite was draining energy from Mr. Cassell. And as this things starts like falling apart, there is something else that comes to all of your minds. This vision of your original dream. And as all of you come to remember what you just saw with the, visions from the seers, and you see as if this was some sort of a eggshell crumbling, or like the scene in the Hunger Games when they rescue Katniss and those sort of pieces falling from the ground. And some of those pieces reflect your vision. But then if you see two pieces, it's a similar vision but different. Maybe there is some details slightly different. And if you see all as more pieces you see falling next in front of you, you start wondering whether what the seers show you was entirely true or not. And you come back to yourselves in this cave as if nothing good ever happened. The eyes in the mask stop the light, they close, and still you have the damage and your resources depleted, but at least for now you are safe. And with that, we will end tonight's game. Thank you very much. Also, you level up. So now you're level 6. Great.
Oh,
how this is gonna work is you gain all that's new, but at this point you have not taken either a short rest or a long rest.
Okay. So we get, like, for example, in my case, I'd get new spells, but not the spell slots back.
Yes. So if you get a level 5 spell slot, you have that, but nothing retroactive, let's say. Right. So thank you everyone for joining us and being part of this amazing role-play descriptive game of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so happy with my players. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed tonight, please watch us on Mondays and Tuesday when we play 6 p.m. GMT. We also have our talk show on Friday at 6 p.m. GMT. Which is called Talking is a Free Action, and we talk with our we talk with our players, but it's more from the perspective of the characters. All of the shows are streamed at Twitch. All of the shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There are also podcast versions of all of our shows available everywhere. So search for Roll Together RPG. If you can find us on your favorite podcast service, let us know and we will upload them. A massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There will be a link on chat so you can join us for $1 gold piece, $1, £1, depending on your currency. All the content is possible because of you. We love you very, very much. We also have a Discord for fans and a wiki. Please go and check that. Big thank you again to our sponsors and supporters. And don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in episode 4. Bye.